It's officially time to shut down the noise. I'm talking about all the wild Kmet trade chatter that's been floating around the internet. Lately, enough is enough. This isn't just some light speculation anymore, it's turned into a full-blown fantasy with zero foundation in reality. And yeah, I get it, it's the off-season. It's late June, early July. This is when the takes get hotter and the rumors get louder because there's just not much else going on. But come on, trading Kmet, that's where we draw the line. Every single time a team loses a tight end or needs help at that position, what's the first name some folks want to toss into the mix? That's right, Kmet. As if the Bears are just itching to ship off one of their most reliable offensive pieces. Let's be honest here, there is absolutely no legitimate reason why the Bears would move on from Cole right now. Not one. It doesn't make sense from a football standpoint. It doesn't make sense from a locker room chemistry standpoint. And it definitely doesn't make sense for where this team is trying to go in 2025. I see it all the time, people saying, oh, the Dolphins should go get Kmet, or hey, the Bears have a rookie tight end now. Maybe Kmet's on the block. What are we even talking about? This isn't Madden. This is real life. Just because the Bears drafted Colston Loveland doesn't mean they're about to toss Kmet aside like he's yesterday's news. In fact, it's the complete opposite. If anything, it shows how much they want to lean into this new offensive scheme under Ben Johnson, and a huge part of that vision includes Kmet. Now, I understand if this kind of speculation comes from national media folks who aren't plugged into Chicago's day-to-day. Someone writing from across the country might look at the depth chart and think, hey, they've got the tight ends now, maybe one's available. But when I see Bears fans, actual Bears fans on Twitter, pushing this narrative, that's when I start to lose it. This isn't just another guy on the roster. This is someone who has been a foundational piece for this team and is a huge part of what they're building on offense. Let's talk about why this isn't happening. First off, Kmet is locked in. The Bears gave him a 4-year deal worth $50 million. That's not chump change. That's a serious investment. You don't just hand that kind of contract to a guy you plan to trade a year later. And you know what? Both sides are on the same page. Kmet has been nothing but professional since Loveland was drafted. Sure, he admitted it was a bit of a surprise at first. Who wouldn't be caught off guard when your team takes someone at your position in the first round? But Ben Johnson called him right away, laid out the vision, and Kmet was all in. This isn't a situation where there's friction or bad blood. It's actually pretty refreshing. Kmet sees the potential in running 2 tight end sets, and he's ready to embrace that. He's excited to compete, to grow, and to build something special with Loveland. That kind of mindset, that's what you want in a veteran leader. Not only is he going to play a critical role on the field, but he's also going to help bring Loveland along, teach him the ropes, and push him to reach his full potential. That's how you build a winning culture. And speaking of the offense, let's dig into Ben Johnson's approach. This guy loves 12 personnel. For those not familiar, that means the tight ends, 2 receivers, and 1 running back on the field. The Detroit Lions, with Johnson calling the shots, ran that formation over 32% of the time last season. That was the 3rd highest rate in the entire league. You think he's going to dial that back now that he's in Chicago? No shot. If anything, he's going to double down. And if you're trying to make 12 personnel work at a high level, you need the legit tight ends who can block, catch, and create mismatches. Kmet and Loveland fit that mold perfectly. Now, let's not forget something pretty crucial here. Loveland hasn't even practiced yet. He's still recovering from shoulder surgery. And while the team is hopeful he'll be ready for training camp, nothing's guaranteed. Even if he's cleared in time, he's still a rookie. There's going to be a learning curve. Tight end is one of the toughest positions to transition into in the NFL because you have to master both the run and pass game. It's not like playing wide receiver, where you mostly focus on route running. Tight ends have to understand blocking, schemes, route trees, protection assignments, the whole deal. So even in a best-case scenario, where Loveland is fully healthy and ready to go from day one, he's still going to need time. That's why having Kmet is so important. He's the bridge. He's the security blanket. He's the guy who can make sure the offense doesn't miss a beat while Loveland finds his footing. And that's not even considering the rest of the tight end room, which, let's be honest, isn't exactly stacked. Durham Smythe is fine. Solid blocker. Decent depth guy, but he's not someone you want logging major snaps week in and week out. Ideally, he's your number 3 tight end who comes in on jumbo packages or gives your starters a breather. Then you've got guys like Joel Wilson, who has potential but hasn't proven anything yet at the pro level, and beyond that, it's pretty thin. This isn't a position group where you can afford to lose a top guy and just plug someone else in without a significant drop-off. And perhaps the biggest reason of all, this team wants to win now. Ryan Poles is in year 4. This isn't some long-term rebuild anymore. This is the time to take that next step. You just drafted Caleb Williams #1 overall. You brought in a brand new coaching staff. Expectations are high, and they should be. You don't make the playoffs by trading away one of your top 10 or 12 players for future assets. That's not how you support a rookie quarterback. That's not how you build a contender. Trading Cole Kmet would make the team worse in the short term, plain and simple. Sure, if some team came in and offered a first-round pick out of nowhere, you'd have to consider it, maybe even a second-rounder depending on the circumstances. But let's be real, no one is offering that. Kmet's value is much higher to the Bears right now than whatever mid-round pick they might get in return. And unless there's a blockbuster player for player deal that somehow makes both sides better immediately, there's just no scenario where this makes sense. So yeah, the trade talk needs to stop. Kmet is a key part of this team, and he's going to be vital to whatever success they have this season. Loveland might be the future, and that's exciting, but Kmet is the now. And for a team looking to make a playoff push in 2025, that matters a whole lot more than hypothetical draft picks or trade packages that exist only in fantasy football threads. And look, if you're still not convinced, let's just break down what's really going on here. People are reacting to the Dolphins being in a tough spot at tight end. After sending Jonnu Smith to the Steelers, suddenly Miami's room is looking thin. And naturally, Bears Twitter lights up with the idea that Cole Kmet should be shipped off to South Beach. Really? That's the solution? Let's trade away one of our most reliable weapons just because another team is scrambling. Come on. I even saw someone toss out the idea of getting Dave on a chain in return, as if Miami would send away one of their most explosive playmakers for a tight end when they could just sign a veteran off the street. And even if they were desperate enough to make a deal, why on earth would the Bears agree to it? There's no upside here. It's just fantasy football logic leaking into real football discussions. Kmet isn't a disposable piece. He's part of the blueprint. This whole thing reminds me of when people started talking about Trey Hendrickson and how the Bears could maybe move Kmet in a package deal. Now, that at least has some internal logic to it. Chicago does need a pass rusher, and Hendrickson's a proven guy, but even in that scenario, you're making a huge gamble. Giving up a core offensive piece for a defensive upgrade could work, in theory, but it's not as simple as pulling the trigger on a blockbuster trade just because a player is available. And let's not forget, Colston Loveland is still an unknown at this level. There's no guarantee he'll come in and be an impact player right away. He's rehabbing, he's adjusting, and even when he's physically ready, mentally it's going to take some time. The tight end position in the NFL is brutally demanding. You've got to know how to pass protect, run block, understand option routes, pick up blitzes, adjust to coverage schemes. It's a lot. Even top-tier tight end prospects need time to get up to speed. That's why Kmet's presence is even more important. He gives you consistency, leadership, and someone who knows how to operate within a high-level offense. If you remove him from the equation, you're asking a rookie and a group of backups to carry the load in an offense that demands execution and precision. That's not a recipe for success. That's setting yourself up for a whole lot of frustration and missed opportunities. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on our Chicago Bears. And don't be shy, drop your thoughts on the news in the comments below. Rumors are swirling around Hollis Hall that the Chicago Bears could be finalizing a deal to bring in Milton Williams, the powerful and versatile defensive tackle from the Philadelphia Eagles. While nothing has been confirmed yet, insiders close to the situation suggest that the Bears are seriously interested in reinforcing their interior defensive line, and Williams might be their guy. If the speculation holds true, this could be a massive addition for the Bears. Williams, known for his raw strength, explosive first step, and ability to disrupt plays from the inside, has quietly become one of the more underrated pieces on a loaded Eagles defense. At just 25 years old, he brings youth, upside, and a work ethic that matches head coach Matt Eberflus's blue-collar identity. Chicago has been quietly retooling its defense over the last 2 seasons, prioritizing toughness and versatility in the trenches. Adding Williams would not only plug a need at defensive tackle, but also potentially elevate the performance of young stars like Gervin Dexter Sr. and Zach Pickens by drawing attention away from them on the line, though no official sources have confirmed the move. Chatter among league executives suggests that conversations have at least taken place. Williams, entering a contract year, may be looking for a bigger role or a new setting to showcase his potential, and the Bears might be offering exactly that. It's unclear what the Bears would need to give up if this move involves a trade, or whether Williams could become available via free agency. Still, if Ryan Poles and the front office manage to land him, it would send a strong message. The Bears are serious about becoming a defensive force once again. For now, it remains a tantalizing whisper in the wind, but in the NFL, where there's smoke, there's often fire. Could Milton Williams soon be wearing navy and orange? Chicago fans will be watching closely. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated with exclusive news about our Chicago Bears, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. We can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.